You might be wondering why quantum computing space need product designers at all. Isn't not all the tools in a quantum computing space code-based? And the answer is no. And I would like to help you understand why is that. I'm a product designer, and for the past 3 years, I've been working at a quantum computing company called IonQ that is creating ion trap technology out of Washington, D.C. In quantum computing, we identify two main personas: quantum engineers and admins who are orchestrating the quantum research. But these personas can vary depending in which quantum computing domain you are working. So product designers can help you identify these personas. Why is it important? What you might think, like, why would I care about that? Well, by knowing your users and like who are you dealing with, it can help you build the tools that are tailored towards these personas. Product designers can help you learn about their unique challenges, goals, what type of tools they are currently using, and what type of tools they would like to use. If you already have a prototype of the tool that you want to offer to your customers, product designer can help you conduct usability research on the tool that you currently have and make it better, iterate on it based on those user interviews. So once the problems, the unique challenges of your users are identified, product design will help you prototype those ideas or iterate on the existing designs. And product design will also talk to the product manager to discuss what is possible, but ensure that the scope will actually make sense, provide the most value to the users. You might be thinking, sure, product manager could do it on their own. But if you think wisely about how your people are spending their time, a product manager would rather spend their time thinking about the new features rather than scoping, prototyping, conducting all the usability testing. It's a lot of work. And by having this conversation with product designers, they can come to the conclusion about what to build much faster. And it's also going to provide confidence to the product manager in terms of what actually will make users happy. Will the users be able to achieve their goal with the scope of the features we are thinking of implementing? Developer experience, which is the user experience that we are thinking about dealing with in quantum computing space, it's not only about visual interfaces. There are also code-based interfaces, such as APIs and also the SDKs. When product designer in quantum computing space is thinking about the holistic developer experience, they will not only think about the visual interfaces, but they will also think how that quantum engineer can access these tools via code-based tools. So they will think, hey, like if I am building this feature, is this feature supported via SDK? Is SDK more important than the visual interface? Or how else that experience can be different in the visual interface versus through the SDK? Each unique problem within quantum space needs its own solutions, but you will probably need to, down the line, understand what is the goal of the visual interface and what is the goal of the SDK, and how I'm thinking about the experiences for both. And a product designer, based on the user interviews, can help you understand what is the best division in terms of experiences, what is smart to build first, what is smart to build where. Ensure that the most important personas can access those features via the tools of their preference. The dashboard, which is the visual interface, will have its own features that, for example, could be very useful for the admins, but might be less important for the quantum engineers, but they are equally important because you have those two personas that are working on your research. You have to think like which one should be built where, considering the resources that you have. We don't have unlimited resources, and usually prioritization needs to happen, and you need data supporting these decisions. So a product designer that already conducted user interviews can provide you with this data to make data-informed decisions. One of the very important things when building and supporting new features in quantum space, but other technical domains as well, is documentation. Great documentation is half of the success of the user adoption. Product designers can help shape the documentation needed for the features you're building, but it can also shape the entire documentation platform. By doing user research, they will have information what these users need in terms of documentation. And together with the product manager and other technical roles, they can collaborate and provide documentation for the features that you want to build. Many times these documentation platforms are very easy to use. They are basically plug and play. And product designer can basically handle documentation for your product with the oversight of a more technical person that will need to provide specific data, but also double check what the product designer produced. So it can be a pretty nice effort that can really win the user. Well-designed documentation is an amazing selling point for your customers and for users because it provides an overview of what is possible within your product, what integrations are supported. Companies, before making a decision on which vendor to choose, they will check what integrations are supported with your product, because these days companies are dealing with a lot of different products, a lot of different plugins, and they want to have a stack that can talk to each other. So therefore, providing your customers with as much information about what's possible within your product can be a great selling point. Once the new features are out there in the world, the internal teams should be educated about these new features. You might be asking, why is that important? Well, these internal teams most likely are working very closely with your customers, and they need to have a knowledge of what's possible with your product. Who is best suited for educating internal teams? Well, product managers might be well suited, but they need to spend their time on more important things. They need to be thinking about the roadmap. So product designers can actually do that. It will be a great task for them because they've designed these features from beginning till the end. They have an excellent knowledge of how these features work, and they can educate your internal teams in terms of the new functionality. Product designers are also aware of the user needs, so they can provide these insights to the internal teams so that when they are educating the customers, they're also aware of their needs, so they can basically be in their shoes and provide information from the best point of view. If you have customers that you are working very closely on a daily basis, you might want to let them know about the features that you are building as soon as they appear. Most likely already working with them before these features are out there in the world in order to ensure they are built correctly. But once they are actually built, you want to let them know, you want to give them a demo of how these features are working. Again, product designers are an amazing resource in terms of educating customers of the new features. Not only they know these features very well, but they also know the users very well, so they can narrate the story of the new features in the best possible way. It is also an amazing way for the customers and for the product designers to build a relationship, because if the trust is built, your customers will be coming to these product designers with the new requests, with the problems they are facing. So it's an excellent resource of knowledge that your product needs. You're gonna tap to them an amazing pool of knowledge because your customers are working on real use cases every day, utilizing your features, and they have the best opinion about what might be the next thing you should build. Next thing that is extremely essential when it comes to showcasing the products out there in the world is the marketing website. And I think product designers, they should be taking a full responsibility of the product, which is also how it is presented to the world. So product designers can help shape its narration. Product designer will work with the marketing team in terms of how the product, how the platform should be presented on the marketing website and propose changes. But marketing website is not only the only touch point for your brand, it is also the events, it is also like webinars. Any online presence is an excellent way to showcase your product. This is how you're gonna build traction with your existing customers by letting them know what's new out there, but also potential customers as they can get interested in your product. Product designers can shape how that product is being represented in the world. Marketing usually has a lot of different things going on, company-wide marketing. So they might not be as much focused on the product itself, but product designer is focused on the product. Every day, they have the knowledge of the product, they know what the users need, so they can be an excellent resource for the marketing in terms of directing that product vision out there in the world. Lastly, as product designers are working on supporting the roadmap, they can also work on brand new ideas, out of the box tools that can really speed up the quantum engineering workflows. These ideas don't need to be part of the roadmap, they can be brand new. And a product designer can come up with those, present them to the product managers, to the team that they are working closely with to get their initial feedback. Quantum computing is still an emerging field. The tools are not set in stone, they are still evolving. And I think product designer should be tasked with thinking about innovative ways to do certain things. So you can task your product designer to think about these tools. You can rebrand those tools, sell them to the market. But I think product designers an excellent resource, as they are so skilled in prototyping and they are sitting very closely with the users every day. So they can be really the best resource in terms of coming up with new innovative ways of how to conduct quantum computing. And we shouldn't, as quantum computing companies, be afraid of tasking product designers thinking about these rather difficult challenges, but rather welcome them, encourage product designers. And I also would encourage product designers in the quantum computing space to get out of their comfort zone and think about out-of-the-box solutions. So these will be all my reasons why product designer is needed in quantum computing space. If you want to get more content on quantum computing and user experience design, don't forget to follow me. And also in the comments, let me know if there are any specific subjects that you are interested in, either if you're a product designer or a person interested or working in quantum computing space. And I'm hoping to see you in the next episode of my channel. Thank you.